Okay, I gotta admit, that's pretty dramatic music for me coming in, but I'm trying out new stuff. How you doing, Star Wars dude? How you doing? How you doing, Hunter? Good to see you. Let's give this a shot, shall we? And with a quick fade, there I am. Wow. All right, so as you might have heard, or you might have seen, or whatever, I'm trying something new here. I'm actually trying out OBS, and I'm doing it on the Mac. The setup for OBS for the Mac is pretty easy. And right now I'm playing around with everything from audio setup to I'm trying to figure out how to isolate a few things, how to give the stream a more professional look, and that's what I'm doing right now. I do need a green screen. Thank you. This is all new. This is all new to me, and I literally just tried this today. First time today. First time we were getting ready to do a Dungeons and Dragons feed. Hunter, you saw that earlier, and I was I said, I want to try OBS. I want to try OBS. I want to see if I can get it to work with this particular dungeon crawl that I was doing. So I said, okay, give it a shot. The worst thing can happen could be is I didn't get it to work, and then I would just stream off of Christiana Ellis's stream. And so real quick, I should just go ahead and do that. Give a quick shout out to Christiana Ellis, who she is a funny lady, very funny lady. In fact, if you look at her last stream, if you look at my last stream, Christiana Ellis, you'll see that you'll say, hey Prince Justin, thanks again for that follow earlier today. But yeah, if you look at either one of our streams from today, it was basically just a one shot quick kind of dungeon crawl, and I had a blast. And Christiana has done this a lot. She has done D&D streaming a lot, and so I said I'm gonna go on ahead. I'm gonna give OBS a try just to see if I can do it myself. And I gotta admit, I was pleasantly surprised at how quick the setup was. I am already finding out limitations, though, of OBS. For one thing, all the beautiful templates that you see with OBS when you go to, Streamlabs OBS. When you go to Streamlabs, that's only available with OBS, which means I would have to download Streamlabs OBS for to get that really slick-looking template action that I've been wanting to get into. Problem is, that isn't available for the Mac. OBS is available for the Mac, but not Streamlabs OBS. That is strictly a Windows thing. So it is what it is. Boom. And I'm beginning to wonder if Streamlabs even runs on. No, Scythe. Actually, no. This is a Mac stream, believe it or not. I'm teaching myself OBS tonight. And how you doing, Scythe? Good to see you. No, I've been having a ball. I've been having a ball playing around with OBS. I'm just trying out different things. I want to see what I need to do to make the jump from Mac to PC a little easier. I know for a fact that this Mac has been a workhorse. I got this Mac over 10 years ago. I think it's going to be, actually, I think it just turned 11. And the fact that I can still stream, that I can stream from it, I'm pretty freaking impressed. So yeah, I'm thrilled with that aspect of it. I was more concerned about how hard OBS would be to figure out and configure and get it all set. And actually, I was pleasantly surprised because I had about 20 minutes between starting the stream and starting the what was it? OBS is nice for having multiple profiles. Yeah. Haven't found profiles on slobs. Yeah, but the thing is, the thing I'm finding out though about OBS in general versus OBS for Streamlabs OBS or slobs is that all those nice little templates that they're offering are only available with Streamlabs for OBS. I can't download them and then drop them into OBS and then edit them and all that stuff. I have to have Streamlabs. And Streamlabs for OBS, or Streamlabs OBS, Slobs, is only available for Windows. So I have to hope that it's not one of those things where if I get a new Windows machine and it's running Windows 10, will Streamlabs OBS is it optimized for Windows 7 or something like that? I have to do a little more digging, a little more research. Now, granted, if anybody out there knows, I'm more than willing to find out. But right now, this is just a test stream for me. This is a test stream. This is me just hanging out, just playing music, just trying to get a feel. This is the most technically challenging stream I have ever done. I mean, it's been great. It's been a lot of fun. If I get a capture card, well, yeah, if I can get a capture card, yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I know that, Hunter. But here's the thing about the capture cards. They don't make capture cards fast enough, I think is the right word for it. Not fast enough for an 11-year-old Mac. Okay. Well, then if you're running Slobs on Windows 10, then I got nothing to worry about, Scythe. By the way, Scythe, check out chat real quick. I just figured out, this is another thing I just figured out too. So last week, Snowy Death Penguin, he was asking me about sub badges. And I honestly had not looked into sub badges. I know there was that it was a thing, but I didn't really look into it. And then so I started poking around, and I suddenly found out, oh, hey, I haven't done sub badges, or what Twitch is calling loyalty badges. And I said, well, I got to get on that. And now if you look in chat, Hunter, aka Star Wars Dude, he has the teacup, and the white teacup is first month subscribers. And then if you look at mine, I mean, I get it because I'm the moderator. I'm the channel host and all that. But you'll notice that I have the silver gear. So the way it's worked out is that if you're a 1 month subscriber, you get the sub badge of the teacup. You get the teacup. And then after three months, you get the purple teacup. And then after 6 months, you get the silver gear. And then after a year, yes, you get the gold gear. Well, Scythe, if you want to call it a coffee cup, when I did a search for teacup, that came up, and I was like, perfect. So yeah, get a little teacup with that. So I'm just playing around with OBS. I understand. I get it now. I get why so many people use OBS. This is a really versatile piece of software. There's a lot that I could do with this. I can already see that. There's a lot that I can do with it. But as I was saying earlier, I know that I couldn't stream off of this Mac because I know for a fact they do not make for 11-year-old Macs these video cards, these capture cards that are found in stream machines. I wish I could turn this Mac into my stream machine. I really wish I could, but it just doesn't have the power or the punch to do it. I need a better processor. I need a better, and they're not making Macs. As much as I'm a Mac guy, they're not making Macs like this anymore. You basically when you buy a new Mac, you buy it, and you buy it as is, and you can't upgrade it. You can't gut it to put into stuff in the other machine. I think it's a real shame. I think it's a real shame that Mac went that way. I've been a Mac user since the late 80s, early 90s. I'm using now see, that's my next thing. I'm going to be I'm definitely going to be investing into a oh wait, you're using an external. Oh, you're using an external Elgato capture card. Oh, I didn't think about that. It seems to be working, but if you're buying a PC, definitely get an. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going internal. I mean, I don't mind saying it. The reason I'm writing Twitch for Dummies is so that for two reasons. One, I want to finance a vacation / trip to Germany for my 50th birthday, which is happening in October. And then I want to get a really nice stream machine. So right now I am looking at, I could probably pull it up. I just thought about that. I could pull it up and show you guys. But I don't have any of the, I don't have any. I mean, like I said, I'm keeping this test stream simple. But I'm looking at Origin PC. I believe that's you know what? I'll go ahead and just do a quick search, and then if I have to, I'll drag it on over here. But Origin PC, I believe, is the name of it. Origin. That's Oregon. Origin PC. Let's see if this is it. Best gaming desktops, and if it's black, yeah, that's it. So it's www.originpc.com, and yeah, it's. I mean, it's. Actually, they Scythe. They had these machines at DragonCon. GuardianCon. They had Origin PCs at GuardianCon. And these were the machines that Warframe's Frame Fighter were running off of. So yeah. You're gonna hop over to another friend's stream, say hi. That's hey Hunter, that's fine. Like I said, this is a very casual test stream. I appreciate you sticking around saying hey. I do. I appreciate it. So anyway, Origin PC is what I'm looking at. And if anybody has any opinions or any thoughts about at a window capture, you can have it pop up on stream. Add a window. Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Again, this is just me. I need to get more familiar with the interface, and Cyber PC is good. Okay, that's good to know. I was really impressed with the way the machines looked and how they seemed to be performing with Frame Fighter. Scythe. I remember really being impressed with that. One of the things I was like, oh, I must have that, was the curved screen. Maybe not one that big, but man, that curved screen was swish. It was very swish. What I'm trying to figure out now is the logistics of when I eventually move everything in here. When I move the PS4 in here, when I move the when I get everything set up, where am I putting everything? That's the next big challenge that I have. Because my mixer board is here. Obviously the mic is going nowhere because it is bolted into the desk. I have two monitors here, and what I've been thinking about doing is taking this monitor that I'm currently speaking into, and then having a shelf system of some kind. Another option is I could, if I found the drywall here, I could get one of the extender arms and have a monitor up here. It would look so freaking space age, though. I think my wife would be a little intimidated by it. I know I'd be intimidated by it. So we'll have to see what's going on there. Oh no, hey dude, man, no, keep throwing those tips. Keep throwing those tips aside. I need them. This is the stuff that I am filing away, and I'm gonna okay. So, quick update on the book Twitch for Dummies. So right now I'm at about 60% done. I'm stalling out a little bit because it's been a busy August and a busy weekend. Picked up the daughter from her sleepaway camp. Everything was good there. I'm actually going tomorrow to visit a friend who is recovering from brain cancer. F cancer, man. But he's doing well. He's not worse. Saying he's better is kind of a iffy thing to say because his cancer hasn't grown anymore, so it's kind of stagnant right now. And that's that's the way we all want it to be. We don't want it to do anything else. But I'm going to visit him, and he's in West Virginia, so there's a good portion of my day gone there. So it's just been a real busy weekend, so I haven't had a chance to really work on the book much. But I've basically gotten up to chapter 12, but chapter 11 needs a lot of work because oh, that reminds me, I needed to check something right here, but I can multitask to some extent. But chapter 12 needs work. Chapter 11 before it needs a lot of work because chapter 11 has some stuff that I need to check and double check in Adobe Premiere, which I hoped I had downloaded here, and I do not. So as soon as I'm done with this stream, I've got to download Adobe Premiere. Chapter 12 needs a little bit of work because right now I have this much on the outline that I said I wanted to cover in chapter 12, and already I've covered this much, and I'm like, oh crap! It looks like, hey Unicorn, how you doing, man? GG's. Good to see you, man. I need to look at chapter 12 and figure out what I can move to a different chapter. I think if I've done anything with Twitch for Dummies, I have grossly underestimated how much I can write about Twitch and about what I can do with it. Like, I mean, the whole thing about loyalty badges / sub badges. I mean, I didn't touch that. I had nothing set or anything on that. And then someone mentioned loyalty badges, and I was like, or sub badges, and I looked into it, and I did a little digging, and then I did it for myself, and I thought, oh, well, I better put that in the book. So I put that in the book. So every little tip side that you want to throw at me, no, by all means, do so. The grand plan is that on Sundays I'm going to do a weekly, like 2-hour show, basically where I just riff on Twitch, where I just talk about different things in the book, talk about what you can do to improve on Twitch and things like that. And then if everything works out brilliantly, as I'm hoping it will, knock wood, what I'd really like to do is pick up a couple more webcams. And I want to do live recordings of Happy Hour from the Tower on Twitch. It's something I don't do. And, people ask me if I'm going to do it. But I want to do it right. And what I'm doing is I'm playing around with OBS. And I realize now with OBS, one of the things I can do with it is that I can have OBS running. And I can, instead of having these really swish fades, I could do quick cuts. So if I have a camera on me, a camera on Nick, and a camera on Brandon, and then I got to figure out whether or not I can do a fourth camera and have that be Skype where we have Ron, then that means I've got all 4 angles, and I just treat it like a TV studio. I think it would add a brand new dynamic to the show. I think it would be a lot of fun to play around with just to see what would happen. And I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm getting more stream time in, which is something that isn't a bad thing. Helps with the discoverability, and it gives also people a little bit of the backstage. Oh, here's what's happening. Here's what's happening backstage or in between takes. When because the finished audio that I do is, it's edited. It's edited and it's polished. Yeah, Skype would be tricky. One of the things I figured out was how to crop certain windows, so I could crop the Skype image to some extent. I mean, like I said, this is all speculation right now. I'm trying to figure out what is and what isn't doable. I almost found today almost too easy. The fact that I could pull everybody in and through audio, everybody could hear what was happening on the dungeon crawl. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I've got everything going through a mixer, and I have to find out too whether or not one of the other things I'm going to be picking up when I'm doing everything that I'm doing. One of the things I'm going to have to start setting aside money for is a mixer, because unfortunately they are no longer making FireWire /IEEE 1333, I believe it was, basically FireWire connections, which sucks because FireWire was a better transfer system than USB. It was. And especially if you're working with audio and video, oh my God, it was so much better than USB. With FireWire, you just plug it in, and then you could do like multi-track recordings without any kind of fiddling or what have you. What was this? You can try Google Hangouts and Windows Capture the Hangout. That's true. That might work better than Skype. I might actually give that a shot. But this is how IRL feeds go with me. I will go on one subject, go on a tangent, go over here. Well, it's a lot like when I stream. And when I play Destiny, as a matter of fact. I should get a beer, shouldn't I? No. It's getting late. and I have church tomorrow, and then I've got to drive to. I've got to drive, so yeah, I'm not gonna imbibe tonight. Maybe another time. Maybe another time. But the point I was getting at was crap. I forgot the original point. Actually, no, I didn't. I've got it. So there's the thing about the table of contents. When I submitted that to Wiley, I didn't realize how fluid it was going to be. When I did my table of contents for Podcasting for Dummies, for example, I mean, it was tight. It was airtight, and we checked it, we double checked it, we triple checked it, made it all kind of, and next time. Oh my God, yes, Scythe, absolutely. Absolutely, man. Anytime you're in the DC area, let me know. I would love to have drinks with you. Come out here. We can have a few drinks. Get by the fire pit. Chill out there. I don't know if the Wi-Fi is good enough for me to stream from the fire pit. Boy, that'd be a great. That would be a swish, an absolutely swish feed right there. Anyway, the thing is that I've had to really check and reshuffle and do all these wacky things with the table of contents that I've never done with Podcasting for Dummies. Now, granted, the difference is with Podcasting for Dummies, it was 2 people, and in one case, it was 3 people, all working on the book. This is the first time that I've done it for Dummies book where I've been flying solo, and even my partner in Podcasting for Dummies is like, "Go with God." But I've been having a great time with it. Tell you something else I'm looking forward to doing. When I get everything in here, the PS4 and all that stuff, I finally get to use this fantastic seat, because man, this seat has been great for broadcasting and for podcasting, because it my posture's better, my breathing's a little better, and so yeah, I know they like to talk about gaming seats and how good they are for gamers. They're also good for podcasters and content creators. Really nice stuff, because sometimes I catch myself slouching. And when I straighten up a little bit, first off, they're comfortable as F. I love this seat, and it's just been a great investment for me. But yeah, so the table of contents has been very fluid with Twitch for Dummies, and I'm trying to stay on top of it. Been real hard. I'm almost worried that that I might have too much book, and they're going to ask me to either cut or remove one of the chapters. Now, I will say, if it did come to that, I would rather remove one of the chapters than do. So at the very end of all Dummies books, they have this thing called Parts of Tens, and that's where a lot of the interviews and a lot of the stuff that I've been grabbing from people is going to appear. I want to make sure that makes it in the book, because some of the interviews that I've had have been absolutely stunning. I mean, I've had a really good time with it. All right, so I'm going to wrap this stream up. Not right now, but I just want to try something. Let's see what it's like. Let me see if I can get it back. Just sort of get into a groove with it. I am going to go and pick up something to drink because I'm thirsty, and this is on its last legs. We pick up the kid today. We say to her, "Hey, pick the place to go out to dinner. Where do you want to go?" She says Panera. Panera bread. Okay, if you insist. But this isn't doing it for me. So I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna go get a drink. Now, watch this. Let's see if I can make this work. All right, chat. I will. I'm so excited. I'm gonna get to do this. I will see you all in a few moments. Hang tight. How's that? Snowy Death Penguin now hosting me. Thank you very much, Penguin. Do appreciate it. I also saw Blue Valkyrie is hosting me. Thank you very much. Do appreciate you trusting your audience with me. It means a lot. And I also saw that Towner is in chat, aka Woolsey. How you doing, man? Good to see you. So if you're wondering why I'm not doing gaming and what's going on here, I'm basically working around playing with OBS, just getting a little more confident with it, trying out my my OBS legs, if you will. This has been a real education today. I did not expect to spend my day dorking around with OBS, but it's been really a lot of fun. So there's one good thing to come out of this. I haven't gotten the new PC yet. However, because I got OBS working with, and I got the Rizzo GP is now hosting me. Thank you for the host. I do appreciate it. And I appreciate you being here, hanging out. Please say hi. So what I was going to say was that the experimenting with this has led to an addition to my schedule. And I'm going to actually post that today because, oh, yeah, that's right, derp. I've got it on my drive, so I can go ahead and put it back on this one, and then we'll, yeah. Welcome to a look into my mind and how it works. So, Wednesday nights, you know that I don't stream on Wednesday nights. At least I don't stream Destiny. Because on Wednesday nights, current stream, that shouldn't be my current stream. Dang nabbit. What's up with that? Give me a second, everybody. Give me a second. And the Rizzo GP is now following me. Thank you for the follow. Do appreciate it. You know, it'd be great if I had a book that just, told me how to do all this stuff. Well, can I make that happen? Can I make a book happen? I should make a book happen. All right. Give me a minute. Reaching down. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, the title did not update. All right, I'll fix it. Hang on, chat. Let me fix this. IRL. I'll leave that. And Old Man Morris and OBS. There we go. How about that? That works for me. And Old Man Morris teaches himself something new. Music's not too loud, is it, chat? Music's not too loud, I'm hoping. And boom, there we go. No. Penguin, do not apologize. Do not apologize in the least. I am doing my best to be good at this. I mean, it sounds like a silly. It sounds like a silly, obvious thing to say. Of course, I'm trying to improve with this. But the thing, there we go. So I'm seeing the title now. It hasn't updated in the bottom, but I'm seeing the title up at the top. But I appreciate it when people help me out. Now, I will get irritable, and Unicorn can attest. I can get irritable when I'm playing, when I'm gaming, and I know what I'm doing wrong, and then somebody gives me advice, and that's when I get a little punchy. But Unicorn knows. Oh, and Biddies from the Rizzo's GP. Thank you so much. I appreciate the hype. I do. Thank you so much. But also, Unicorn knows that I appreciate him being there, and I appreciate his help, and I appreciate it when he is in stream with me. I've done several nightfalls with Unicorn, and I'll tell you right now, if you're ever looking to run a nightfall, reach out to Unicorn. He's good people, and he's great people to run with. So going back to OBS, because I have figured out, yes, I work very hard to try to find good mods. Mods, man, I could do an entire show on mods and the good, the bad, and the ugly, and things like that. That was one of the toughest things for me to write about, because I feel very lucky in that the people who have modded for me, Unicorn being one of them, they've all been great. They all have my back, and I know they do. So going back to talking about OBS, after fiddling with it and trying to figure out how the whole thing works and all that, I'm adding a brand new I'm adding a brand new night to my stream. It's gonna be called what did I call it? Oh, Hump Day D&D. Hump Day D&D. And the reason I don't stream on Wednesdays, I don't get on Destiny or any other game, and I don't stream, is holy cow, Blue Valkyrie with 500 bits. Wow, thank you so much, Blue Valkyrie. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. But one of the things that I don't do is because Wednesdays is sort of a family nerd night. I get together with the two guys that I podcast Happy Hour from the Tower with, which, by the way, if you don't know it, I'll just go ahead and throw a quick command for podcast, and you can go ahead and check that out. But I get together with the Kellys. That's Nick, Brandon, and Stacia. And then I get my family together. I get my wife Pip, Serena, and me. And then we have Ron and his wife. Ron is our not Ron from the podcast, but a different Ron who is our straight man DM. And you can actually hear this segment on the podcast, the Geek Wolfpack podcast. But I've been wanting to stream it. I've been wanting to stream the unedited, unfiltered 4-hour fest that is our D&D. And now that I've got OBS up and running, I can do it. So expect starting next week, because I think we are crawling next week, but starting next week or starting on the next time we go dungeon crawling, expect a show on Wednesday nights, starting at 7:30, ending around 9:30, and it's basically all of our families getting together and playing D&D. We actually introduced our daughter to D&D this way, and she loves it, and it's really fun. If you would have told me when I was playing D&D back in high school that my family would all be playing together, I'd be like, forget about it. But let me tell you, I have loved nerding out with my family over D&D. Heck, I hadn't played it in years. I hadn't played it in decades. I hadn't played since college. And then Nick introduced me to Roll20.net. Now, I know that some folks in chat mentioned that they had never played D&D before. Well, this would be a great gateway for people if they wanted to like hook up with a group or hook up with people and play D&D. It's one of the cornerstones of nerddom, and I don't mind saying it was like a homecoming for me. It was like coming back to one of the things that not just inspired me as a geek, but also inspired me as a writer. I mean, you get into the adventures and you start doing different stuff, and you're like, I bet I could write an adventure. And then suddenly, as you're writing the adventure, suddenly you start getting into character depth, you start getting into character development, you start getting into world building. All this stuff can be traced back to D&D. I mean, look at Tracy Hickman, for Pete's sake. I mean, he's one of the best guys that I know. He's one of the best authors that I know. And Hickman, man, he and Weiss, they wrote some of the big. I mean, they wrote the Dragonlance Chronicles. I mean, boy, so yeah. I mean, good people, a lot of them. They really are. So feel free to go on ahead and try to derail me in my train of thought here. Go on ahead and give me a shout out. Go on ahead and ask me a question, whether it's about Twitter. Well, you can ask me about Twitter, but you can also ask me about Twitch. You can ask me about how the book is coming along. What am I working on? What's been the toughest thing I've been having to write about? And I it's sort of, consider this an ask me anything kind of stream. This is fun for me. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't be writing a book on it. I mean, let me put it that way. Where you came from, D&D was banned. I did an entire. Oh man, I did an essay on that, on how D&D was banned or a gateway to Satanism and all this ridiculous stuff. And I remember one of the funniest quotes, or you ask me anything, sure. One of the funniest things I ever got asked as a writer, because I was talking about this. I was talking about my days in D&D. I was talking about my reading fantasy, reading science fiction. And someone said, how does a good Christian boy like you, a good Southern Christian boy like you, get wrapped up in D&D and science fiction and fantasy, basically all the things that organized religion hates? And I thought about that for a second, and I said, well, first off, I do consider myself, to this day, I consider myself a good Southern Christian boy. And that being said, I'd like for someone to show me in the Bible where it says, thou shalt not go on a dungeon crawl with your best friends. Thou shalt not read Isaac Asimov or Ray Bradbury or Terry Brooks or Stephen King or John Scalzi. Because guess what? It ain't there. It ain't there. In fact, I almost punked my priest. I attend this terrific Episcopalian church in Manassas, and they were doing all these different. She was encouraging people to send her texts, and then she was going to talk about it in the sermon. And originally, I typed into my phone, "Why does God need a starship?" Now, had I done that, she would have known right away. No, but instead, I asked her about the line between science and religion and why was it so contested. And her answer was pretty epic. She was basically saying, "Well, you wouldn't have science if you didn't have faith, because even in science, you have faith that this is going to work. This experiment is going to work." And if it doesn't work, you have faith that you're going to walk away from something new, that you've learned about it. And then she even went further and said, and I defy anybody, because she's also a big astronomy nut like me, this is my priest. And she said, I defy anyone to look into the heavens, look at the pictures that the Hubble telescope, that the NASA prints on a daily basis. And I defy you to tell me that isn't God's beauty right there. And I know I'm getting deep. I'm sorry about that, chat. But when she said that was one of the funnier questions I got as an author. But I did a whole report about Dungeons and Dragons being banned, and the possibilities there was devil worship, and I mean, it's a game. It's a freaking game. Get over it. In fact, what did Blue Valkyrie say? I'm currently in 5 different games of D&D. The Rizzo GP DMs 4 of those. Not enough D&D. I applaud you. I applaud you both. That is fantastic. Where do babies come from? Would you stop it, Penguin? Would you stop it? Storks. Okay? They come from storks. You happy? Good. Moving on. Best question to ask, why are babies born with AIDS? Best question you ask? Well, okay. One that's going to very dark material that I don't necessarily think is right for this stream. So I'm gonna slam the brakes on that. If you want to make it into the really super existential question, why do bad things happen to good people? Both my priests are saying there are just some things we don't know the answers to. They've just doubled down and they say that there are some things we do not know the answers to. But they have said, but I can tell you this, anybody who says, well, God called that child back, that's BS. Total BS. And I know that's deep. Again, we're getting really deep for a Saturday night. This is not what I expected, but those kind of questions are loaded questions, and you want to stay away from those types of conversations, mainly because a lot of times they get into circular arguments. But yeah, what do we got here? Speaking of which, I have to run off to one of the games of my half-elf college of lore and shadow sorcerer Bardlin Oracaller. Later to you. Have a good night. Blue Valkyrie, thank you so much. Thanks again for the bits. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Say hey to the Rizzo for me. I appreciate the Rizzo coming in as well. How did your daughter do on her horseback riding? Oh, thank you for asking. So, Unicorn, she placed second in the final show of the year. She was disappointed that she didn't canter. But there was a reason for that. Since we're talking about tragedies and things that we just don't understand that have happened. There was a freak accident at my daughter's sleepaway camp and one of the riding the head riding instructor, unfortunately had one of those falls that was fatal. She was 23, and after it happened, a lot of kids didn't want to go horseback riding again. My kid wasn't one of them. Serena did both me and mom very proud, and that and from what I understand, she rallied some of the other kids to say, we need to ride, because, and that was the thing that we wrote to her. We wrote her a letter the day after it happened. At the same time, she wrote us a letter, which was funny because we got her perspective on everything that was happening on the campsite. And before I forget, yeah, when it happened, and everything hit the fan, the camp reached out to every parent and said, "This happened. You need to know this happened. It's a terrible tragedy. We've got grief counselors here. We're dealing with it." And they did, and they dealt with it like pros. This camp has been open for over 80 years. First fatality, and they deal with horseback riding, and they've had like broken arms, broken legs, things, and maybe the mild concussion, but never a fatality. And they handled it like pros, and I'm really impressed with the way Stradaman handled it. But Serena was one of those kids that said, we need to ride, and I'd like to think she understands. Oh, you bet I will, Unicorn. I think she understands that everything is a risk. I mean, there's a trophy in Destiny called high risk, high reward. But you could say that about life. I mean, I've been horseback riding myself, and it is intimidating because you get on this animal that has free will, and you suddenly realize, holy cow, I am really high up, and it is absolutely terrifying. But I enjoyed horseback riding so much, I said I can't wait to do it again. And when I did it again, it was even better. And accidents can happen. They can happen when you're horseback riding. They can happen when you're in the shower. They can happen when you're just driving your car. And we have two choices as human beings. We can either live under a rock, or we can actually go out and live our lives. And there's nothing wrong, and I'll be the first one to say, there's nothing wrong with part of that living of your life having fun on video games. I mean, I'll be the first one to say it. I really feel that getting to know all of you folks, reaching out, meeting new people, making new friends, Unicorn, Penguin included. I mean, my life would not be as broad and as blessed and blessed and as well-rounded if it wasn't for Twitch, if it wasn't for doing, playing video games and goofing off and having a good time. So I'm really proud of the way Serena handled what happened and we talked about it very briefly today. I wish I could take credit for being a brilliant parent, but even Pip and I realize that some days we feel like we got a handle on it. Some days we don't know what we're doing, but we're very lucky. We're very lucky, and we work really hard. And I'm really proud of her. Really proud of her. We both are. So what else can I tell you about the book? What else can I tell you about Twitch for Dummies? The cover's done. Which I'm really fascinated by because the cover is done. The book is not going to be out until roughly December or even January. So they're ready. They're ready and able. They're chomping at the bit to get going. Wait a minute. Let's try that again. Lies. No one's glad to meet me. I'm a troll. Oh, stop it, Penguin. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, Block. No, I'm kidding. So, yeah, the cover's done, and the cover looks really nice. I had to say in what the I had to say in what the cover art would look like, what the image would be. And I found this one image I was really proud of. I was like, oh, this is perfect for Twitch. It's perfect for Twitch. Turns out that was the one they used for YouTube for Dummies. So I was like, okay. But I do like the image, and I don't know if this was on purpose or not, but I'm glad they did it. The Dummies books have some type of highlight color. Okay, they're either like a green or some type of solid color, of course, with the yellow, because that yellow is that trademark color. The color that they went with Twitch for Dummies was purple. And I'm like, of course, it works perfectly. So that was pretty cool. So one of the things I do have to go back and take care of, and that's part of the reason why I'm playing around with OBS and trying to get good at OBS, is I've finished chapters 1 through 12 I've got to work on 11, and then I've got to finish up 12, and I should be able to do that tomorrow. But the one chapter that I've skipped, and I'm going to get to later, probably next month in September, is chapter 6. And chapter 6 is going to be all about working with the PC and working with OBS. And now I'm going to actually have a section where I'm going to be working with a Mac. So yeah, I feel like today was a good day for the book, and a good day for me as a streamer, because now I'm understanding and getting a better grasp of what's going on with OBS. I understand now why everybody raves about it. It's a little disappointing. I was expecting to be able to just download as a package, as some kind of package, the prefabricated templates. That's going to be something that I know is going to be a work in progress. I'm going to probably download one of the prefabricated templates that's on Streamlabs, and then eventually reach out and try to find somebody that'll make me more personalized, better stuff. I mean, it's all in steps. It's all in steps. The first time that I ever streamed, there was no camera. I just hit go, and my first headset was the little monopod with the microphone that we got with the PS4. That's where it all started with me. And before you look and go, ooh, look at this. This is an impressive setup here. As you've heard me say before on the stream, I'm a podcaster first. I've been podcasting for over a decade. So Old Man Morris has been down this road before of content creation. But one of the toughest things about working with Twitch, I'll be the first one to say, talking. You just gotta, keep the thoughts going, keep the words going. But man, and before anybody says anything about the mason jar, it is water with fruit. So there you go. So yeah. Oh wait, did I? For frig's sake! One of the other things I forgot to do. Although I'm really impressed that I'm getting as many people in here as I am. I forgot to change. I knew I was forgetting something. This is what happens when I rush. This is a little personal thing about me. If I rush, I miss things. And one of the things I missed was I was still listed as Dungeons and Dragons in my gaming category, and that is not the case. I am doing IRL. It is it is not Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not playing Dungeons and Dragons. I'm in IRL. I'm in IRL. But I don't know if you heard that or not, or if you saw. Okay, now why didn't it update? Now that time, I call shenanigans on that, because I did say update information, updating, check. Okay, it's updated now. It should go on ahead and should update the channel. And it is not. I'm gonna give it one more go, and then I'm gonna have to pop in here. No? Oh. Twitch, you're failing me now. Stop it. Let me try doing this then. Please hold. All right. Oh, but I'm gonna have no. I'm still good. I'm still good. We go to info. Nope. View dashboard. There you go. View dashboard. Stream chat. DC Denny, how the hell are you? I have not seen you in a red hot minute. How are you, sir? Okay, so it says broadcast info. So I guess we're just having to wait. It does say I'm looking at it right now, and it does say IRL. So we should be good. It's good to see you, DC Denny. Man, it does. Feels like it's been a red hot minute since I've seen you. But there we go. Okay, playing IRL. Good. All right, so we got IRL. We're all set. I'll be the first one to say, Twitch for Dummies, I'm writing for myself. Well, I'm sure you've been busy. I have no doubt of that, but it's good to see you too. Good to see you too, man. So you may have noticed, though, Denny, is that I've got this different kind of setup going on. It's because today I taught myself. Let me rephrase that. Today I began teaching myself. I began teaching myself OBS, and I get it now. I get it. I get why so many people are using this. This is a terrific piece of software here I'm working with. I really feel like I'm. No, she did not throw me out of the living room. Eventually, I'm too loud. Let's try this. How about now? Is that a little better? So I'm a little loud. Okay. Let's see. There's also this. Oh, I was too loud, and that's why she kicked me. No, DC. No, that is not what's going on. Don't do that when I'm doing a test stream. No, actually, this is going to be the future home of TheGaming. In fact, one of the things that I'm going to have to do. One of the things that I was actually considering getting for myself. Of course, it's gonna affect like where the camera goes and all this. I found a green screen that hey, see you again, Towner. I do see you there. One of the things that I'm thinking about getting is a green screen that attaches to the actual chair itself. That seems pretty neat, but I then sometimes have the problem is I tend to have a habit of doing this in the chair a couple of times. Plus, if I have to get up and go somewhere, that's going to affect the green screen itself. So I'm beginning to reconsider. I'm beginning to reconsider whether or not I want a green screen that fits with the chair or not. But right now, what you're seeing, like this right here, this is part of the sound dampening that we use in studio for recording podcasts and stuff like that. There's gonna be a lot of work done in this room, I think. but again, I'm working this from many different angles, man. I'm still trying to figure out where things are going to go, how things are going to flow. Yeah, I mean, Twitch for Dummies is really a book that I wanted for myself, and that's how I'm approaching it. Because I still consider myself a new guy at all this stuff, and when September 6th rolls around, which is only a few weeks away, it will be my 1-year anniversary as a streamer. As a streamer that set up a schedule and stuck to it. Because what happened was, I spent all of September 6th, I basically asked off from work, just paint the room green. Oh yeah, no, the reason I can't paint the room green is because right directly behind me, this white wall that you see is not necessarily white wall, it is a dry erase board. We got dry erase paint, and we took one of our walls and we made it our idea wall. The reason why it is clean is because we just recently finished 2 series. So it's all clean, and we are planning rather go back to this wall and start filling it up with ideas and different things to do. Green screens are a nice touch, Unicorn. I do agree. I think they're a great touch. The problem with having it attached to the chair, though, it would be great. It would be great for for space sake, but I'm not quite convinced that a green screen. Now, I know they also have a lot of collapsible green screens, and so I'm thinking about those as well. The one that attaches to the chair has pluses and minuses about it. Now, I will also say that as far as where this camera is currently positioned, I'm not 100% thrilled with it. And I noticed that when you see streamers and how they look, sometimes their streams are very, very tight. So I'm like I said, this is still a work in progress. But I've also noticed too, like Z has been sort of floating back and forth between doing the green screen and not. Lulu does not have a green screen at all. She's never had a green screen. Aura started without a green screen, now has a green screen, and then so it's one of those things. People are, it could be a whole bunch of different things. Some people use green screen fabric. Yes, they do that as well. Can you get a copy of the book for your birthday? Well, that depends. When is your birthday, Penguin? That is the real question. When is your birthday? The answer is 2. If you say yes, you can always ask for it, and somebody can get it for you. If you want it autographed, you got to order it directly from me. If you're asking for a free copy, that ain't happening. I think if you centered the camera on the dry erase board with all your notes and stuff, that would be cool. I've thought about that. I have thought about that. December for you, DC. Got it. I've thought about that. I think what would be tricky about that would be, what would the notes be revealing? Because if the notes are revealing too much, if they're revealing when I was writing the 6th book in the series, Nick was coming in and doing recordings with me, and he was literally averting his eyes from here because he didn't want to catch any sort of spoilers. None. So, okay, so, all right, if everybody wants to get, just making funny stuff, like write faster, that would be funny. So, if you want to get an autographed copy, the best thing to do is to go to my website, that's tmorris.com, and swing on by there, and then visit the shop. When you visit the shop will have links to places where, if books are ordered, we get notified, and you're basically buying them from us. We ship them out and all that stuff. But we go on ahead and we sign books, and if you want them personalized, you leave a note there, that sort of thing. I could see that too. When I see, now this is where it's going to get complicated. Where it's going to get complicated is my wife has agreed she wants to play God of War. She wants to play God of War, but I don't know if we want to play it in here, because I was going to commentate while she played, and she doesn't want to be on camera, because she's going to be focused on the game. That being said, I'm wondering if I may have to get another PS4. Now, that would be ridiculous, because then that means that I could maybe convince my daughter to play Destiny again. I would love to run with her, but nothing set in stone just yet. Nothing set in stone just yet. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I have been, the more I've been getting into this book and the deeper I've been getting into Twitch for Dummies, the more confident I feel about this stuff. But I still think, but going back to my own origins, I streamed all day with, I got up early, downloaded it, launched the stream, and I just played all day with Destiny 2 when it dropped. And I'm planning on doing that on September 4th with Forsaken. So when I had that massive intake of Destiny, I just realized I don't want to exactly. That's exactly what it is, DC. It's like poo. like Pooh and Christopher Robin, and I would be the storyteller. But my, when I played Destiny 2 so much, I was like, God, that was fun. And I thought to myself, I want to keep playing. I don't want to go weeks on end without playing. Ironically, and here we have this music, because that was the thing with me in D1 in Destiny Year One. I would go weeks without playing, and then I binge play, and I wasn't even streaming. I was just, I wanted to. Can you have a copy? You can get it to my dad. I tell you what, I tell you what, Woolsey, I will talk to your dad about it, and we'll see what we can arrange. Okay, got to pay the artist. I can't give away a lot of copies of books unless I know people are reviewing, or if it's something for your birthday. Okay, here's what you need to do. You need to talk to your dad, and then when you talk to your dad, have your dad contact me, and I will tell him how he can get it, while we can get it all autographed and set aside and all that good stuff. All right, that's how we can make it happen. Now, back to the story. I was really wanting to not be that D1 player that would binge play. I wanted to be a better regular player, and after I'd played a lot of Destiny 2, after day one, I thought to myself, okay, how can I make this work? And then the following week, I was like, okay, well, if I really want to do this, I can go ahead and I can stream. I just have to get up early in the morning, and I would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. 4:30. I would get up. Well, actually, it started at 5, and I was doing the 5:30 a.m. start. And then I said, I want to get in that extra half hour. So I was waking up at 4:30 in the morning, which people thought I was crazy, but I'd wake up at 4:30 in the morning, and I would stream from 5 a.m. all the way up to roughly 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then I'd go to work. And I had been at that previous employer long enough where they trusted me, where I was getting work done and everything was fine, and they didn't mind it. So I was getting in, I was getting in 9:30, 10 o'clock, but I was working until 6, so they were fine. And that was when I started streaming in earnest, and I loved it. I loved being an early morning streamer, as Unicorn can attest. And DC can attest, because that's where they originally saw me. I was the morning wake up show. I was the wacky morning wake up show, and we got up to some ridiculous shenanigans on that show. I miss being a morning streamer, and I had a regular schedule, and that's when I felt, around September 6th, that was when I felt that I became a real streamer, because I had a schedule and I was sticking to it, and I was doing it, and I was approaching it in a much more serious fashion. When I got the new job, which you all heard about on the stream, when I got the new job, the downside of the new job was that it really played against me being an early morning streamer, and that was rough. That was rough, and it's still really hard. The past 2 months, July and August, have been really, really tough for me to stick to my schedule. And I even asked Pip. I said I feel like I need longer streams if I want to get discoverability. And she said, well, you can have longer streams, but you got to give up a night. And she's absolutely right. Streaming's great and all. But I got a family. I've got a family, and I want to make sure that they don't forget what I look like and who I am and stuff like that. So I'm trying to when I was an early morning streamer, that did not apply. It didn't apply because hey, it was an early morning streamer. Nobody else was up in the morning. It was just me. I just had to keep my mouth and my volume at a minimum, because the problem was I kept waking up the kid and the mother when I would get a little bit wound up during the game. That was bad. But I think now working in Dungeons and Dragons, I think is going to be a lot of fun. Been meaning to ask, what is it that you do at your code job? Oh, well, see, I don't mind that. I do not mind at all. I do not mind at all talking about this because I love the job that much. And welcome back, DC. So, jeez. I'm still getting used to being in this because I'm not used to having this microphone right in front of me. I am chief of communications at a website called code.gov, and well, not at the website, but at the initiative called code.gov, and I'll tell you all about it. And it is super nerdy, and I am very proud to be part of this terrific team of people. So code.gov launched in November 2016 after in August of the same year. I believe it was August. Towner cheering with 1 bit. Thank you so much for that bit. Do appreciate it. Code.gov was the pilot program. Thank you for the 2nd bit. Do appreciate it. But Code.gov started from it was the pilot program from something called the Federal Source Code Policy. So what is the Federal Source Code Policy? Okay. So the Federal Source Code Policy was started up by the guy who founded Code.gov, one of the people that founded Code.gov. And his name is Alvin Salehi. And this guy is 7 shades of awesome. He's just a great guy. Very charismatic. Charisma is not a throwaway stat with Alvin Salehi, I'm telling you. The Federal Source Code Policy basically says, look, you're a federal agency and you want to contract for new software. That's fine. 20% of it has to be open source. And the idea is that if more government agencies used open source software, they would cut back billions of dollars of unnecessary spending of redundant software. The idea is that if the Department of Defense create an open source project that the EPA can use, then the EPA says, hey, we'll go ahead, we'll fork that project off of something like GitHub, and then we'll make it our own. And that way, they just saved money from not hiring somebody new to create the same piece of software that the Department of Defense has. So that was the Federal Source Code Policy that was passed in August of 2018, and then in November, Code.gov launched. I'm the chief of communications at Code.gov, and what that means is I take care of their social media. I reach out to meetup groups. I arrange for appearances at different events, whether it's events they find out about or events I find out about. If it's open source related, I'm going to try to get code.gov there to make an appearance. So it's communications. And this job has been challenging. It has been rewarding. It has been terrifying. It has been it hasn't been frustrating. And I'm working in the government. So I'm either doing something incredibly wrong or I'm just very, very fortunate. But that's what I do. That's what I do during the day. And this is the first day job that I don't mind talking about. My last day job, my last day job. So I worked with a for-profit college. I basically, in a nutshell, I did their social media, and I wasn't really proud of it because they didn't care. Their mission was to get butts in seats, and that's about it. And I'd been in the education for profit field for a collected, I would say 4 or 5 years. And now you see, here's the difference. The difference between colleges like, say, JMU, which is my alma mater, UVA, VCU, versus places like, well, I don't want to say it, but basically the ones who really advertise on television, okay? the ones that really advertise on television, and they basically say, oh yeah, you'll get the degree you want, and from the degree you want, you'll get the dream job you want. It doesn't work like that. And yes, you know, colleges and universities, it's big business. It is big business. But the difference is that colleges are like, look, you come here, you take what you want, and you know, and we're going to charge you for it. But we have really good staff. We've got really good educators. This is what we do. It's when the educator starts saying things like, well, you got your bachelor's, yes, but now look at how close you are to your master's. If you really want to succeed, you need to go back and get your master's. And then, oh, you got your master's, but hey, we have a doctorate program. Can you imagine what it'd be like if you had, you know, it suddenly becomes like a, it suddenly becomes this very, wait a minute, what is this? Hi, how are you? We are part of the PR team watching you from our corporate office. We want to get a better, okay, hang on a minute. Who are these people? Frito-Lay corporate. Seriously. Okay. Penguin, that is that right there is trolling at the, and Frito-Lay corporate just followed me. Well, boy howdy. Welcome, Frito-Lay. Corporate office on a Saturday night. These guys need to get out more. DC, you know what to do. Can you explain why no one else can put more chips in their bags? Yes, please explain it. Yeah, yes. These, yeah, before you do what you need to do, DC. These are the questions that we all need to know. Also, I believe it is Frito that are doing these weird experimental flavors like pumpkin spice potato chips and gin and tonic chips and stuff like that. We don't need that. We want more chips in the bag. So thank you. Saturday night on Twitch, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday night on Twitch. What do you think? What? Come on up here. Come on. I know you're itching to come up here. Oh, big stretch from the Benedict. Anyway, so yeah, I am very proud of the work I do at code.gov. I'm very proud of the job itself. I had to work hard to get it, but yeah, it's been hey. Oh, now he got caught in a profile. He got caught. That's the gamer cat, by the way. That's the gamer cat. Yeah, chili cheese. Come on. Seriously, chili cheese. Come on. Although I am flattered that I'm now getting followed by Frito Corporate Lay. I guess that's what they're doing on their Saturday nights now. They're trolling Twitch. So that right there, yeah, that you know, that cat's been through a lot. That cat has been through a lot. And he is the bomb. So that's Benedict. That's Benedict. Sebastian and Viola are somewhere else in the house. And I'm here talking about the day job. So that's what I do, Scythe, and I was not doing that. I was flashing it in front of the camera. There's a difference. Anyway, Scythe, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I could say something like, at least it wasn't, you know, someone else's cat, because then it would be OPP. Yeah, you know me. I'm down with OPP. Come on, you know me. So yeah, so that's what I do. That's what I do during the day. And wardrobe malfunction. Jeez, you guys are nuts. So yeah, and so when I you know, during the day, when I work with code.gov, I do that, and then I come home. I've been trying to figure out, yeah, I know that's dope, isn't it? I've been trying really hard to figure out how to incorporate code.gov and Twitch. I would love to do some type of like thing where, you know, we could do some. That's Wendy's corporate is now following me. Okay, guys, I'm gonna kind of slam the brakes on you. I appreciate the follows, but if they are mock follows, if they're BS, if they're BS accounts, I don't appreciate that. I'd rather have legit follows. If you really want to impress me though with these with these different things, Wendy's corporate and Frito-Lay corporate. If you guys have Twitch Prime, you can use Twitch Prime and you can sub. There you go. Or just go ahead and sub with just regular money. How about that? I mean, if you guys are indeed Wendy's corporate and Frito-Lay corporate, how about you guys, double down and do the $9.99 sub, because I know you guys can afford it. Anyway, real followers only, please. Thank you. But Scythe is taking it to him. He's taking the fight to them. So when I got the new job, when I got the new day job, though, that's one of the things that really affected the gaming schedule. But I think I'm slowly getting back. See, I haven't done, all right. So, and once again, thought derailed. I haven't done the $24 sub DC because I want to have an idea of what I want to do with the $24 sub. I want to I want to focus on unlocking more emotes on the lower tiers before I get to the higher tiers. And I'm honestly trying to figure out some way of doing what Aura's doing, where he takes part of the $24.99 sub and donates part of that to a nonprofit, whether it's St. Jude or whether it's Big Cat Rescue. I'm trying to find somewhere to land in that respect for me. Now we're using T's channel to network on. Fantastic. So let's see who is on right now. Tess is on. She's doing Monster Hunter World. WTF Game Nation's on. Lupo's on. Jules Verne is playing Destiny 2. I wonder if we should play. I'm totally non-profit. We are all totally non-profit at this work right now. So anyway, so that's but now I think, particularly with working with the Twitch book, I think I'm starting to find more of a groove in being a nighttime streamer. I'm not when it comes to being a nighttime streamer, it's harder. It is harder to be streaming at night, mainly because I don't want to thank you for the follow on Twitch. I do appreciate that, Towner. I'm trying. I feel like I'm trying harder to stream at night because there is more competition, and I'm just going to come out and say it. It's not. I don't make it competitive, but it is competition. I mean, you have a lot of different people you can watch Twitch, and most people are going to be twitching at night. That just sounds dirty. But people are going to be seeing more stuff at night. So Scythe just went live. Well, then shoot, that's who we're going to raid tonight. We're going to raid Scythe. I didn't know Scythe. Well, anyway, Scythe is always welcome to say whether or not he's going to be on. And there he is again. So wait a minute, Scythe. Yes, there's a lot more competition. There is, but but it's one of the challenges. It's the challenge of being a nighttime streamer, and I just wrote about this. So when it comes to becoming eligible for partnership, this is going to be the hill that I die on. This is going to be the hill that I have to take. There are 3 accomplishments you have to do. Minimum hours of streaming in a month, 25. I got that licked. No big deal. Unique days out of a 30-day period. Got that. Not a problem. Average 75 viewers in a 30-day period, excluding raids and auto hosts and hostings. That's going to be hard. That is going to be really, really hard for me to lick. But that being said, I'm not going to give up. Because, I mean, if I was in this for the numbers, if I was in this for the if I was in this for the money, no. That's not when I do this. I do this because it's an outlet. I do this because it's fun. And this is like what, the 4th or 5th in real life stream I've ever done. And to me, it was just so I could play around with OBS and have some fun with it. And I mean, I'm getting pretty decent numbers here. So I don't, and I don't mind. I mean, it's just, I'm good with that. I'm really good with this. But no, Towner, I'm not playing D2 tonight. This is, like I said, I'm doing this stream just so I can get comfortable with OBS and try different things with it. So here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna go and raid Scythe because he just started streaming himself. And so here's what I want you to do, chat. Here's what I want you to do. You are going to copy this line of excuse me. This line of emotes and text and all that, and you're gonna copy that, and we're gonna take this little greeting, this little raid. We're gonna take that to Scythe, because Scythe is good people. And I think this test is a rousing success. I think it has worked out extremely well, and I think now we just gonna go on ahead and wrap tonight up, and pass the love on to Scythe, and that's Scythe X. Yes, okay. But before I go, hey, thank you everybody for the tips and the bits and the subs and the hosts and the auto hosts. Everything that you do on this channel, it helps this channel grow. That goes without saying. It helps this channel grow, and I appreciate each and every one of you being here. I may be jumping on to Destiny tomorrow. I might stream it. Haven't decided yet. It's going to be kind of grindy. I need to do some more Solstice stuff. I've also got Monday and Tuesday coming up, and now Wednesday is joining the ranks. So by all means, make sure you're there Wednesday 7:30, and join in on the wackiness that will be Hump Day D&D. Thank you so much for helping me feel this out. This has been good times. We are going to go and raid Scythe. So until next time, thanks everybody. Watch this. Peace. Look at this. Watch this. Oh, nope. Wait a minute. Where was it? Oh, crap. It didn't work. Psych. All right. I'm right back. I'm back. I forgot to fix this. Okay, hang on, everybody. I'm going to do this right. Shoot. It didn't work. It was supposed to work. Why didn't it work? Oh, because that's why. No, it should have been here. Give me a second, chat, and I'll fix this up. There it is. That's the image I wanted to pop in there. There we go. So let me try that again. Let me try that again. When is it going to be? It's going to be great when the book comes out. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And you'll be able to say, I was there when T was really stumbling through this crap. All right, everybody. I will see you all for sure Monday night, 8 o'clock here. I'll be back at the couch. We'll be playing some Destiny 2. We'll probably be doing some grinding in the Solstice. I hope it's been a good Solstice event for you all. It's been a lot of fun for me. Take care of yourselves. Until next time, thank you all for hanging out with me and watching me stumble my way through OBS. It's been really fun. Until next time, let's go raid Scythe. Take care of yourselves. Peace.